Hello and welcome to the Conscious Leadership Podcast. My name is Julie Hoglin and I am the creator and founder. This podcast covers every aspect of conscious leadership and the Conscious Leadership Code. And if there is a particular example or angle or subject you would like an episode on, please reach out and let me know and I will create it specifically for you. Welcome to the 200th episode of the Conscious Leadership Podcast. And I've been thinking about this episode all week and deciding what to record it about. And I thought for the 200th episode, I would do the really important concept of the past, the present, and the future. So in this episode, that's exactly what I'm exploring. So what these concepts mean, how they are related to each other, and how you can use this knowledge to live the absolute best life you can and living that life to the fullest. So let's get into this. Let's define what we mean by the past, the present, and the future. And sometimes present is called now. So the past refers to everything that's already happened. Sort of makes sense. While the future refers to everything that has yet to happen. Makes sense. And the present, or now, is the point in time between the past and the future. So from the beginning of this episode, we already have a past. And with my intent of what I am going to record, there is already a future planned for this episode. So let's think about what that means. Imagine the infinity symbol. So the past is behind us, or to the left of us, depending on how we describe it. And the future is in front of us or to the right of us, depending on how we describe it. And where the two cross in the middle, so where we stand, if you like, or the two cross in the middle of the infinity symbol, is the now. And how much we have behind us or in front of us will depend on where we are in our life journey and what our destiny has in store for us. And that is really important to remember. So the concept of the past, the now and the future is important because it helps us to understand how time works and how events unfold in our lives. So the past is something we can learn from and the future is something we can plan for. But it's the present or the now that is the most important because it is the only moment we have control over. And time is an important aspect of our life. And it influences how we live, how we work, and how we interact with others. And by valuing and using our time wisely, we can prioritise what's important, we can create structure in our life, we can facilitate communication, we can enable growth and learning, and bring a sense of continuity to our experiences. And please remember, time is a limited resource. We cannot stop it, we cannot save it, and we cannot reuse it. So please use yours wisely. And the present moment is the only time we have to make decisions. It's the only time we can take action and create the life that we want. And if we spend too much time dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, we could really very possibly miss out on the opportunities that are right in front of us. So how can we use the concept of the past, the present, and the future to live our lives to the fullest? I'm just going to list some tips here. So we can learn from the past. We absolutely need to do this. Because there's a saying, something along the lines of, once is a mistake, twice is a habit. So use what you've learned from the past, and that involves reflecting on what's gone on, to make better decisions in the present, which we can take into the future. Be present in the moment. Focus on the present moment and appreciate the people, appreciate the experiences and opportunities that are right in front of you. And this is part of being grateful and being in gratitude for the now. So this morning I've woken up and it has snowed. We're in March. It's snowed. And as much as I could have gone, oh, that scuppered my whole plans for the day, I chose to think, isn't it beautiful? And how do I work with the snow to do what I need to do today? So in the now, what I'm doing is planning for the future, and the future is the next hour or two. So we set goals for the future and then we take steps to achieve them. And please do not get too caught up in the future that you forget to enjoy the present, which is something I do on occasions. Let go of the past. Do not dwell on past mistakes or missed opportunities. It's gone. Accept what's happened and focus on creating a better future. Focus on not doing whatever it was you did in the past that didn't lead you to where you wanted to go. And embrace change. It's one of those constants in life. Embrace change. Life constantly changes. The world we live in constantly changes. And the future's always uncertain because we cannot control it. So embrace change, be open to new opportunities and experiences. I nearly said that. So let's expand on how fleeting the now is. And this has really been playing in my mind for the last week. The present moment or now, so this second, is fleeting because it's constantly changing. Time is in continuous flow. And the present moment is constantly slipping away into the past. And when it constantly slips away into the past, it makes room for the future. So the present moment is so fleeting that we can't even capture it. And as soon as we try to hold on to the present moment, it becomes the past. Now, what can we do about that? We can take a photo or a video to capture that moment in time, but it's not the same as experiencing the moment itself. And the only way to truly experience the present moment is to be fully present in it and enjoy it while it lasts. So thinking about this, the fleeting nature, because in one minuscule moment of a minuscule tenth of a millionth of a second, the now becomes the past. How do we enjoy that? We make it feel precious and valuable. We remember that time is limited and we should make most of the moments we have. And that's why being in the present and being present in the moment is so important. When we are fully engaged, we're not worrying about the past or the future. We are living in the moment and experiencing it to the fullest, whatever that brings us. Now, there's another side to this. The fleeting present of the moment can also make it feel overwhelming or stressful. And when we are too focused on the future or worrying about the past, we can miss out on the present moment, which can lead to feelings of regret, anxiety, and sometimes even depression. Now, if any of that is going on for you, I can help with that. I can help with the non-helpful emotions that we all carry with us. It doesn't matter how old we are. It doesn't matter how successful we are. It doesn't matter what gender we are. We carry stuff with us that we don't even know about. So to fully appreciate the present moment and its fleeting nature, we need to learn to let go of the past and stop worrying about the future. So worry is a forward-focused anxiety. It doesn't help. Now, that doesn't mean we shouldn't plan for the future or reflect on the past, but we shouldn't let it consume our thoughts and emotions. There's a big lesson to learn from this. And by focusing on the present moment and enjoying it while it lasts, we can create more meaningful and, very importantly, fulfilling experience for us in our lives and for those around us. So there's a whole concept round about this for me, is that we should not rely on the future. And this may be a reality check for you. It's important to plan for the future and set goals. Of course it is, because we are goal-driven creatures all of the time. If we don't have goals, what are we looking to achieve? Written a book on that on Amazon if you want to go and buy it. But relying solely on the future can lead to our lack of happiness and our lack of well-being, because we are too future-focused. So let's have a look at some of those future focuses that may negatively impact on us. So the future's uncertain. No matter how much we plan or prepare for the future, we can never be certain what will happen. Unexpected events can happen, and our plans may not work out as we intended. We can miss out on the present. I've already spoken about that, so I'm not going to go into that in any more detail. But it can lead to feelings of regret and dissatisfaction. Happiness is in the present. We often think about the fact that achieving our goals and our dreams is going to bring us happiness. But when we really look into it, research has shown that happiness is actually found in the present moment. Now, we can enjoy our future before it actually happens, but it is in the present that we are going to live the moment. When we rely too much on the future, we can become complacent in the now. And when we are relying on the future to bring us what we want, we can stop taking action in the present. If we have that belief that everything is going to work out in the future, so we don't need to work as hard or take risks in the now, it can lead to us stagnating and actually doing not very much. So for all of you that manifest, please listen to this and think about the fact, yes, we can manifest it into existence. I truly believe that. What we have to do is not only manifest it into the universe, but also take the action to make that manifestation a likelihood of occurrence. That's quite a sentence, and it's true. So life is happening in the present moment. Life isn't happening in the future, even though we can enjoy the future in the now. The people that we love, the experiences that we have, and the moments we cherish are all happening now. So by focusing too much on the future, and to be honest, too much on the past, we risk missing out on the beauty and the joy and the fun of life now. So let's have a look at the past. And this is the true. We distort our own past. And we can distort our own past due to a whole set of factors. And here are just some of the reasons why our memories of the past may not be accurate. And the experience happened, whatever the experience was, but our memories can change, because say you had an experience, I don't know, when you were 12 or 20 and you're currently 40, we can apply the adult concepts and constructs of now back to that initial experience. So we can change the memories that we attach to it. I know I've done it. So I'm not talking out of hand here. I've done it. So what can affect that time? Memories fade over time, and it can make it difficult to recall the details accurately. The longer it has been since the event occurred, the more likely it is that our memories have become distorted. There's ways we can deal with this. We can heal the past. The experience happened, we can heal the emotions that attach to it. Again, anybody wants to talk to me about this, please do. Which leads me on to the second point, emotions. Our emotions, it do influence how we remember events. Especially if at the time of the event, we were in a heightened emotional state. If we're in a heightened emotional state, our memory of the event may be more vivid or distorted. Our perception of an event can influence how we remember it. We all have bias. We all have our own personal viewpoint. We have our own blueprint. And we may remember the event differently than somebody who experienced it from a different perspective. There's an exercise that can be done on that as well to really look at how events are perceived by different people. Our memories can be influenced by suggestions from others. So if someone tells you something about an event that we do not remember, what we do as humans, we can incorporate that suggestion into our memory of the event and make it real. We reconstruct memories. We're not simply remembering them or retrieving them from our memory bank. What we are doing is reconstructing the memory based on what we remember or what we think may have happened or what we think we remember. And traumatic events can have a significant impact on how we remember them. Our brain, part of our body, is part of our purpose within our internal mechanisms. Not going to talk too much about that on this episode. But our internal mechanisms can suppress or alter memories of traumatic events. It is a way of protecting us from what has happened. So the memory of the past can become distorted, pure and simple. And it is important to be aware of the limitations of our memories and to seek out additional information or perspectives when needed to gain more accurate understanding of what's happened, especially if you believe your past is impacting on your now, your present, which will impact on your future. The present moment, or now, is so fleeting. It is constantly changing and sliding into the past. To fully appreciate the present, we need to let go of the past and also stop worrying about the future. And it is important to plan for the future, and it is important to set goals. And by focusing on the present moment and enjoying the experiences we have, we are more likely to feel happy and fulfilled. We can still plan for the future, of course we can. We have to. I'm going to make that a real definite. We have to plan for the future. And we shouldn't let it consume our thoughts and emotions. So let's embrace the present and create meaningful experiences that bring us joy and happiness for us, for our families, for our loved ones. So how do we navigate, and I love that word, how do we navigate the past, the present and the future? And of course it can be challenging. I live in the real world, I'm here with you. And here are some of the things we can do. Learn from the past. I cannot express how important that is. It will give you valuable lessons. It will give you insights that can help you make better decisions in the now and for the future. So take time to reflect. This is one thing that many people in this 21st century do not do, or do not allow themselves the time, which please remember is a really valuable resource. We do not allow ourselves the time to reflect. We do not allow ourselves to learn from our mistakes. And some of us do not allow ourselves to actually believe that we make mistakes because we have to be perfect. Nothing is perfect. Perfection is in the eye beholder. It does not exist, if that makes sense. Be present in the moment. I've spoken about that. Enjoy what is going on for you now. Practice mindfulness. Practice gratitude. Rather than worrying about the past or the future. Worry does not help nor support. Plan for the future. I cannot express, and I've said it a few times, how important this is. Plan for the future, set your goals, make your plans, take actions to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. Your destiny, your future is in your hands of the now. It will be impacted and affected by the past, which can be, for want of a better word, repaired. Which leads on to the next point. Let go of the past. Let go of it. Holding on to the past, holding on to whatever has happened, holding on to the anger, holding on to the envy, holding on to the jealousy, holding on to the frustration, holding on to the hurt, holding on to the fear can prevent us moving forward and achieving our goals. And I'm saying ours because as much as I'm reading this podcast, I'm absolutely in this with you. Accept what's happened, forgive yourself, which was a word I used for myself the other day, doing some work. So when you're looking for a coach, when you're looking for a mentor, please, please, please ask them how they are dealing with their own stuff. What personal development, self-awareness process are they using? What coach do they have? What mentor do they have? How are they letting go of their past if they need to? And we've all got stuff, and some of that stuff holds us back. So embrace change. Take these opportunities that are presented. Don't get so caught up in all the stuff that life throws at us without embracing change and taking the opportunities. And the future is always uncertain, so get used to it. Prioritise self-care. Please remember, self-care is not selfish. And taking care of yourself is essential. So take time, make time for exercise, take time for meditation, even if it's 5 minutes a day, or spending time with those you love. Don't let tomorrow come without picking that phone up to tell someone you love them, because tomorrow may not come. And seek support. If you are struggling, whatever that word means to you, to navigate the past, the present and the future, seek support from a coach, a mentor, a therapist, a trusted friend, a family member. All of them can help you and can provide perspectives and guidance to help you move forward. And most of what will help you move forward is you. Please remember that. You have the majority of the answers for you, in you, for your future and your now, and dealing with the past. So navigating the past, the present and the future requires a balance. We learn from the past, we are present in the moment, and we are planning for the future. We let go of the past, we embrace change, we prioritise self-care, and we seek support. And by using these strategies, and they are strategies, you can absolutely 100% create a fulfilling, whatever that means for you, and meaningful life, whatever that means to you, that embraces all the aspects of time. So the concept of past, present and future is important. We can't deny it, it exists, but it helps us understand how time works and how we can use time to create the life we want. So by learning from the past, letting go of what doesn't help us in the now and for the future, we can live our lives to the fullest. Thank you for listening to this episode, and I hope you found it helpful. Remember, if you believe it to be true, it is. Change your thinking and change your life. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Conscious Leadership Podcast. And if you have found it useful, please leave a review. And if you have found it useful, please share it with others that will find it useful as well. If you want to know more about my publishing, please follow me through to the Amazon author page. And if you would like to follow me on any of my other social media channels, please do, which also includes a YouTube channel.